If you became rich today, according to most people's standard for being or becoming rich, how would your family change? Not just simply your immediate family, but your extended family or your blood family that doesn't live in your particular home with you. Your aunts and your uncles, first cousins and grandparents and brothers and sisters, for example. How would they treat you? Would they treat you any different than they did before you came into any kind of significant money or wealth? Only you really know the answer to this particular question, because you know your own family, or at least you should. Do you have family members that never call you or hardly ever contact you unless they want something? Or do you have a close-knit family where you're always getting together on family types of occasions, such as family reunions and picnics and birthdays and things of this nature? Do you have that type of family? I would really vie for that type of family as opposed to the first one. The one where you never hear from your cousins, you never hear from your brothers or just your siblings in general unless they want something. It could also be your aunts and uncles unless they want something. So if you fall in that category and you have those types of relatives that are always having their hand out asking for something, I would personally be a little reluctant to even inform that side of the family that I have come into any kind of money at all. So I would venture to say that those people would treat you differently. Not as loving, not embracing, but this is a money grab now. So all of a sudden, not just simply your family, but maybe even your so-called friends will come knocking on your door. Friends that you have never, ever talked to on a regular basis. Maybe have not even heard from for many, many years. Once they find out that you have something that they want to benefit from. So let me ask you this question in addition to that. What would you do if you fell into a lot of money? It could be the lottery. It could be the sweepstakes. It could be an inheritance. Wherever it comes from, whatever the origin of it would be, what would you do? Let's start with $500,000, $500,000, or more. How would it change your life? What would you do? What would be the first thing that you would do if you came across this type of money? Would you share it? Would you give it to, or a portion thereof, to some charities? Would you want anyone to know that you came into this money? To include your family, your closest friends. Would you want it publicized? Television, magazine, newspaper? I don't think I want anyone knowing if that were me. I don't think I want anyone to broadcast that I came into a windfall of cash all of a sudden. Because people are funny. A lot of times when people that you know particularly have hardly ever given you the time of day, when they see that you have advanced your station in life, so to speak, all of a sudden they become your best or closest friend, to include your family members. Now understand this, as much as we would like to believe that our family should all be on the same sheet of music and we should all love each other the same, in theory it should be that way. By nature it should be that way. But in most instances it's not that way. Because people are people, even when those people are your family. Not all people. Not all family members, but we always have those certain ones that seem to fall through the cracks in society or in life, and who are always needy, always running into problems and situations, and having to deal with the law, and in between jobs, and various types of other scenarios. These are the people that you have to watch out for. Because if you don't watch out for them, they may just very well cause you your demise and possibly your sanity. So, would your family members treat you any different if you became rich tomorrow? I'm interested in knowing what your take is and how you feel about your own family. Or have you gone through something similar? Have you won $50,000 or $100,000 on the lottery and your family started treating you kind of funny? Did they distance themselves from you and say that, oh, you're acting kind of funky, you're acting different, you are acting brand new? Of course, any substantial amount of money is going to change us on some level. But what it should never change is your character, especially when that character is that which is good. And I've rarely ever seen a situation like that. A man who is honest and upright, who has always worked for a living and tried to aspire to do things in his life positive, or a woman for that matter, when they receive a significant amount of money, the core principles within their soul is still the same. They just have a lot more freedom and a lot more money to do the things that they've always been doing in the first place. But the same is true conversely. People who have never had anything, who've always been lazy or slowful, procrastinators, who always leached off of other individuals, to include family members. Once those family members come into some money, their habits have not changed. So they're seeking you out, trying to see if you can make their situation better. So where do you lie? Where do you fall in this particular situation, or this example that I just posed to you? If you were rich today, would it change you as a human being for the worse or for the better? And if you were rich today, how would your family treat you along with your so-called friends? Let us know. This is Brother Teacher. So long.